Top 5 Best Canon DSLR for Beginners. Number 5. Canon EOS 77D. Canon 77D is the unofficial successor to the incredibly popular T6s and is a camera Canon offers as an extra option in their lower mid-range lineup. Initially released in the spring of 2017, it features a 24.2 megapixel CMOS sensor, the Digic 7 image processor, 1080p Full HD video up to 60 fps. And it also has a 3.0-inch fully articulating touchscreen, digital stabilization, a microphone input, and wireless connectivity. It uses a 45-point all-cross-type autofocusing system with Canon's renowned dual-pixel CMOS AF for smooth and confident focusing. And it was officially the first Rebel series camera to obtain this high-end feature. Battery life is okay for the class at 600 shots per charge. However, where this camera shines is its excellent user interface, which is straightforward and easily mastered. And it delivers an autofocusing system that provides excellent subject tracking, which makes cinematic rack focusing as simple as tapping on the screen. Overall, in many ways, Canon 77D is a modern and budget-friendly version of their incredibly popular 80D. It obtains much of the advanced semi-professional features in a lightweight and compact package. Yet, it stays at the affordable Rebel series price point, which is perfect for beginners. And it remains a step above the more basic Rebel camera, without the back-breaking demands of a pro-level camera. Coming in number 4. Canon EOS Rebel T7i. Canon's Rebel T7i is yet another smashing release in the Rebel lineup of entry-level SLRs that continues the lasting tradition and principles behind the line. Initially released in the spring of 2017, it features a 24.2 megapixel CMOS sensor, the Digic 7 image processor, and 1080p Full HD video up to 60 fps. It also has a 3.0 fully articulating touchscreen, electronic image stabilization, HDR, time-lapse movies, a microphone input, and wireless connectivity. It uses a 45-point all-cross-type AF system with Canon's acclaimed dual-pixel CMOS AF, a similar setup to the 77D. And it marked the second camera in the Rebel lineup to obtain this high-end autofocusing system. Though, its battery life is average for the class at 600 shots per charge. However, Canon's equipped this camera with the Feature Assistance interface, which explains both simple and advanced features with easy-to-understand graphics. The camera also offers a full-touch user interface that is easy to navigate and simple to master. Overall, Canon's Rebel T7i inherits much of the capabilities and functionality as the higher-end 80D. Yet, it's budget-friendly and affordable, which makes it more attractive for beginners. Coming in number 3. Canon EOS 90D. Canon's 90D is the long-awaited replacement to the insanely popular EOS 80D and a complete overhaul in capabilities. Initially released in the fall of 2019, it features a 32.5 megapixel CMOS sensor, the Digic 8 image processor, 4K UHD up 30 fps, and 1080p up to 120 fps. It also has a 3.0-inch fully articulating touchscreen, 10 fps bursts, weather sealing, and headphone and microphone inputs. It obtains the confident 45-point all-cross-type autofocusing system for composing through the viewfinder. However, unlike recent release, it receives the best iteration of Canon's dual-pixel AF to date, which now offers a total of 5,481 selectable AF points. These two systems combine to create the best focusing camera Canon has outside of their flagship 1DX. It also debuts the world's first 32.5 megapixel sensor, making it the highest resolution APS-C camera outside of Canon's M6 Mark II. Plus, Canon's even equipped the camera with uncropped 4K video and Full HD 120 fps, for super slow motion. And even with its performance, the battery life is excellent at 1,300 shots per charge. Overall, Canon's 90D stands tall as a prime example of a camera that blends the lines between traditional DSLR and mirrorless cameras. It's a game-setting release from Canon and sets a new definition of what's possible from an SLR camera. It adds notable upgrades over the successor and is easily the best release of the series to date. Coming in number 2. Canon EOS Rebel SL3. Canon's SL3 is their latest entry into the super lightweight category in the Rebel lineup. And it's a camera they situate just below the T7i. Initially released in the summer of 2019, it features 24.1 megapixel CMOS, the Digic 8 image processor, 4K UD video up to 24 fps, and 1080p Full HD video up to 60 fps. It also has a 3.0-inch fully articulating touchscreen, 4K time-lapse, electronic image stabilization, a microphone input, and wireless connectivity. It uses a 9-point autofocusing system with a central cross-type point. And it obtains Canon's dual-pixel CMOS AF, now with eye detection for pleasing portraits. Battery life is also excellent at 1070 shots per charge. And this new model also gains Canon's Creative Assist, Feature Assist, and the Shooting Mode Guide, combining for thorough explanations of virtually every shooting setting. Yet, while fully featured, the SL3 is currently Canon's smallest and lightest DSLR to date. Overall, Canon's SL3 offers substantial improvements over the SL2 with a brand new sensor, 4K video, and superior battery life. And while it's the smallest EOS camera to date, its performance rivals its bigger and bulkier siblings. Coming in number 1. Canon EOS 2000D. If you're buying your first DSLR camera on a tight budget, a simpler, slightly older model is the way to go. Canon's entry-level 2000D fits that bill. The specs won't blow anyone away, but it's easy to use, gets the basics right and, because it's a few years old, offers fantastic value. There are several compromises, of course. Burst shooting is limited to a lazy 3 fps and the dated autofocus system features just 9 points. Live view focusing is sluggish and you'll need to look elsewhere if you want a touch screen. And, as you'd expect, the plasticky shell does not feel premium. But there are good points for beginners, too. The control layout is logical and easy to use, and battery life is solid. There's video recording too, albeit limited to 1080p. More importantly, the 24.1 megapixel sensor produces images with a good level of detail and decent dynamic range, while noise handling performance is solid. If you're looking to buy a good DSLR on a shoestring, the 2000D is worth considering.